Welcome to second year, fourth semester mathematics students. This is KVR Narasimha, lecturer in mathematics, Sri Venkateswara College of Arts and Science, Amalapuram, East Godavari district, affiliated to Adikavi Nanna University, Rajahmundry. Today, I will explain lesson number 2 of unit 1, sequences, in the mathematics paper of 4th semester, real analysis. I have already uploaded one online class on this unit. That lesson consisting of definition of a sequence, real sequence, procedure of forming real sequences, types of sequences, range of sequence, operations of sequences, and the main important concept, that is boundedness of the sequence. Now, in this lesson, that is lesson number 2 of unit 1, this lesson consisting of the main important concept, convergent and divergent of sequences, oscillation of sequences, and some important theorems on these concepts. Now, what is meant by convergent of a sequence? What is meant by convergent of a sequence? If sequence Sn be a sequence of real numbers, if for each given epsilon greater than 0, there exist m belongs to n belongs to n greater than or equal to m, implies modulus of Sn minus L less than epsilon, then sequence Sn is said to be convergent to L, and the value L is called limit of the sequence. Then the sequence is said to be convergent sequence. That is denoted by limit n tends to infinity Sn is equal to L, or Sn tends to L as n tends to infinity, or limit Sn is equal to L. Once again, if sequence Sn be a sequence of real numbers, sequence of real numbers, if there exists a real number, L belongs to R, and for each given epsilon greater than 0, there exists m, small m belongs to capital N, small n belongs to capital N, and small n greater than or equal to m, implies modulus of Sn minus L less than epsilon, then sequence Sn is said to be converges to L. Then the sequence is said to be convergent sequence. And the value L is called limit of the sequence. It is denoted by limit n tends to infinity Sn is equal to L, or Sn tends to infinity, Sn tends to L as n tends to infinity, or limit Sn is equal to L. Now I will explain in Telugu. సీక్వెన్స్ ఎస్ఎన్ అనేటువంటిది రియల్ నెంబర్స్తో ఏర్పడినటువంటి ఒక సీక్వెన్స్. ఇప్పుడు ఒకానొక రియల్ నెంబర్ ఎల్ అనేటువంటి దొరుకుతుంది. ఎల్ బిలాంగ్స్ టు ఆర్ దొరికితే ఎలా దొరకటం? మీరు ఎప్సిలాన్ బదులు గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 0 అయ్యేటట్టుగా ఏ నెంబర్ తీసుకున్నప్పటికీ కూడా స్మాల్ ఎం అనేటువంటి స్మాల్ ఎన్ అనేటువంటి రెండు న్యాచురల్ నెంబర్స్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవుతాయి. ఇంకా ఎలాగా? స్మాల్ ఎన్ అనేటువంటిది క్యాపిటల్ ఎం కంటే ఎక్కువగాని సమానంగానే అయ్యేటట్టుగా జరిగినప్పుడల్లా మాడ్యులస్ ఆఫ్ ఎస్ఎన్ మైనస్ ఎల్ లెస్ దాన్ ఎప్సిలాన్ అలా జరిగితే దెన్ సీక్వెన్స్ ఎస్ఎన్ కన్వర్జెస్ టు ద లిమిట్ ఎల్, దట్ ఈస్ దెన్ ద సీక్వెన్స్ ఎస్ఎన్ కన్వర్జెంట్. దెన్ ద వాల్యూ ఎల్ని ఏమంటారంటే సీక్వెన్స్ ఎస్ఎన్ యొక్క లిమిట్ అని, లేదా ఎస్ఎన్ ఎస్ఎన్ టెన్స్ టు ఎల్ యాజ్ ఎన్ టెన్స్ టు ఇన్ఫినిటీ, లేదా లిమిట్ ఎస్ఎన్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఎల్ఓ అని చెప్తారు. ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తీసుకుంటున్నాను. సీక్వెన్స్ ఎస్ఎన్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు సీక్వెన్స్ 1. limit n, what is Sn? Sn is also 1 because whatever term in the sequence Sn is 1. Therefore, S1 is equal to 1, S2 is equal to 1, S3 is equal to 1, etc. Sn is equal to 1. Therefore, limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to. Limit n tends to infinity, 1 is equal to 1. Therefore, sequence Sn is a convergent sequence and the limit of the sequence is 1. This is the example for convergent of a sequence. So, modulus of Sn minus L less than epsilon means except for a few terms in the sequence, all terms lies between L minus epsilon and L plus epsilon. That is the convergent sequence concept. Now, what is meant by divergent of a sequence? What is meant by divergent of a sequence? In this case, two types of divergence are there. One is diverges to plus infinity. Second one is diverges to minus infinity. Now, I will explain both very clearly. Please understand very keenly. Suppose if sequence Sn be a sequence of real numbers, if for each g greater than 0, where g is a very, very large quantity, then there exists m belongs to n, n belongs to n, n greater than or equal to m, implies Sn greater than g. Sn greater than. If you have to choose a very large quantity, if you have to choose very, very large number, say g, positive number, say g, then if the nth term of the sequence is also greater than g, whatever large number that you have to choose in, the nth term of the sequence, if greater than g, then the sequence Sn converges to plus infinity. Now I will explain Telugu. Sequence Sn అనేటువంటిది ఒక సీక్వెన్స్ ఆఫ్ రియల్ నెంబర్స్ అయినప్పుడు ఒకానొక చాలా పెద్దదైనటువంటి ఒక జీ అనేటువంటిది పాజిటివ్ నెంబర్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అయ్యి ఎంత టర్మ్ ఆఫ్ ది సీక్వెన్స్ Sn ఆ జీ కంటే కూడా ఎక్కువ వచ్చేటట్టుగా ఉంటే then the sequence Sn డైవర్జెస్ టు ప్లస్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ అని చెప్తారు. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ సీక్వెన్స్ Sn is equal to sequence n, that is set of 1, 2, 3 etc. so on. So Sn is equal to n. So whatever large number that you have chosen, even though our Sn has greater than that number also, therefore sequence Sn is equal to sequence n is diverges to plus infinity. Similarly, sequence n square, sequence n cube are all diverges to plus infinity. Now diverges to minus infinity concept. Sequence Sn be a sequence of real numbers. If for each g greater than 0, where g is a very very large number, and for each, and there exists m belongs to n, small m belongs to capital N, and small n belongs to capital N, and small n greater than or equal to capital M, small m, implies Sn less than minus g. Whereas in the diverges to plus infinity, Sn greater than g. It diverges. Now in this definition, I have said that Sn less than minus g, where g is very very large. So minus g is very very small. Therefore, whatever small value that you have to choose, even though the nth term of the sequence less than that value, then the sequence Sn diverges to minus infinity. Sn tends to minus infinity as n tends to infinity, or limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to minus infinity, or limit Sn is equal to minus infinity. Whereas in the diverges to plus infinity case, limit Sn is equal to limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to infinity. That is, Sn tends to infinity as n tends to infinity. This is diverges to minus infinity. For example, sequence Sn is equal to sequence minus n square. So Sn less than minus g, whatever g that you have to choose, however large. Therefore, sequence minus n square diverges to minus infinity. అంటే ఇక్కడ సీక్వెన్స్ డైవర్జెస్ టు ప్లస్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ కాన్సెప్ట్, డైవర్జెస్ టు మైనస్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ కాన్సెప్ట్ సిమిలర్గానే కనిపిస్తూ ఉంటుంది. డైవర్జెస్ టు ప్లస్ ఇన్ఫినిటీలో ఏంటి, సీక్వెన్స్ ఆఫ్ రియల్ నెంబర్లో ఎంత పెద్ద వాల్యూ జీ తీసుకున్నప్పటికీ కూడా ఎంత టర్మ్ ఆఫ్ ది సీక్వెన్స్ అనేటువంటిది ఆ జీ కంటే ఎక్కువ వచ్చేటట్టుగా ఉంటుంది. అప్పుడు సీక్వెన్స్ Sn డైవర్జెస్ టు ప్లస్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ అంటారు. అంటే లిమిట్ Sn ఇజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఇన్ఫినిటీ, అంటే లిమిట్ n టెన్స్ టు ఇన్ఫినిటీ Sn ఇజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఇన్ఫినిటీ. దాన్ని లిమిట్ Sn ఇజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఇన్ఫినిటీ అని చెప్తూ ఉంటారు. నెక్స్ట్ ఏంటి, డైవర్జెస్ టు మైనస్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ అంటే ఏంటి, లిమిట్ n టెన్స్ టు ఇన్ఫినిటీ Sn ఇజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు మైనస్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ. అంటే ఎంత పెద్ద వాల్యూ జీ తీసుకునేప్పటికీ కూడా దాన్ని నెగిటివ్ వేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది, బాగా బాగా చిన్న వాల్యూ అయిపోతుంది. అప్పుడు సీక్వెన్స్లో ఉన్నటువంటి ఎంత టర్మో ఆ మైనస్ జీ కంటే కూడా తక్కువ అయ్యేటట్టుగా ఒక జీ కనుక మనకు దొరికితే, ఏ జీ రాసినప్పటికీ కూడా, దెన్ అవర్ సీక్వెన్స్ ఈజ్ డైవర్జెస్ టు మైనస్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ చెప్తాం. ఇప్పుడు ఇంతవరకు కన్వర్జెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఎ సీక్వెన్స్ చెప్పాను, డైవర్జెస్ టు ప్లస్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ అండ్ డైవర్జెస్ టు మైనస్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ చెప్పాం. So I have already explained convergent of a sequence and diverges to plus infinity and diverges to minus infinity. Now we will go to another concept, that is oscillating sequences or oscillation of sequences. In this case also two types of oscillations of sequence exist. One is oscillating finitely, another is oscillating infinitely. Now we go to what is meant by oscillating sequence. First of all, we have to know what is meant by oscillating sequence. If a sequence is neither convergent nor divergent, then the sequence is said to be oscillating sequence. If a sequence is neither convergent, that means limit Sn is equal to L does not exist. There is no such L exists. And limit Sn is equal to plus infinity or limit Sn is equal to minus infinity or also does not exist. That means the sequence is neither convergent nor divergent. Then the sequence is said to be an oscillating sequence. If an oscillating sequence is bounded, then the sequence is oscillating finitely. If a sequence is oscillating at first and it is bounded, then the sequence oscillates finitely. Another, if an oscillating sequence is unbounded, then the sequence is said to be oscillating infinitely. These are the two types of oscillations. One is oscillating sequence, means it is neither convergent nor divergent. If a sequence is oscillating and it is bounded, that means K1 less than or equal to Sn less than or equal to K2 also exists. And limit Sn not equal to L for L belongs to R. Limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to infinity does not exist. Limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to minus infinity also does not exist. Then the sequence is said to be oscillating sequence. And it is bounded also, then the sequence is said to be oscillating finitely. For example, sequence Sn is equal to sequence minus 1 whole power n. So minus 1 whole power n is a sequence which is bounded because it lies between minus 1 and plus 1. Therefore, sequence Sn is oscillating as well as bounded. Therefore, it is oscillating finitely. Another example, sequence Sn is equal to sequence minus 1 whole power n into n. It is oscillating because it is not limit n tends to infinity, Sn is not convergent, not diverges to infinity or diverges to minus infinity. Therefore, this is an oscillating sequence and the sequence is unbounded. Therefore, sequence is oscillating infinitely. Oscillating infinitely. అంటే ఇక్కడ రెండు కాన్సెప్ట్ చెప్పాం. ఆసిలేటింగ్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఆసిలేటింగ్ ఫైనెట్లీ అంటే ఏంటి, ఆసిలేటింగ్ ఇన్ఫైనెట్లీ అంటే ఏంటి. ఒక సీక్వెన్స్ కనుక అది కన్వర్జెంట్ కాదు, డైవర్జెంట్ కాదు. డైవర్జెంట్ అంటే రెండు రకాలు, డైవర్జెస్ టు ప్లస్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ ఒకటి, డైవర్జెస్ టు మైనస్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ. ఇది కన్వర్జెంట్ అవ్వట్లేదు అంటే ఒకనొక ఎల్ వాల్యూ దొరకట్లేదు లిమిట్ కట్టడానికి, అలాగని పోనీ ఇన్ఫినిటీకి వెళ్ళటం లేదు, అలాగని మైనస్ ఇన్ఫినిటీకి వెళ్ళటం లేదు. అప్పుడు ఆ సీక్వెన్స్ని ఏమంటారంటే ఆసిలేటింగ్ సీక్వెన్స్ అని చెప్తారు. అలా ఆసిలేటింగ్ సీక్వెన్స్ అయ్యి ఆ సీక్వెన్స్ కనుక బౌండెడ్ అయితే అది ఆసిలేటింగ్ ఫైనెట్లీ సీక్వెన్స్ అంటారు. అది ఆసిలేటింగ్ అయ్యి అది అన్బౌండెడ్ అయితే దెన్ ఆసిలేటింగ్ ఇన్ఫైనెట్లీ అంటారు. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తీసుకున్నాం, సీక్వెన్స్ ఎస్ఎన్లో ఎస్ఎన్ -1 హోల్ పవర్ ఎన్ అంటే సీక్వెన్స్ ఎస్ఎన్లో టర్మ్స్ ఏముంటాయి, set of -1 plus 1. It is bounded because it is a finite sequence. So sequence Sn is oscillating as well as bounded. Therefore it is oscillating finitely. What is the example for oscillating sequence finitely? Sequence Sn is equal to sequence -1 whole power n. N belongs to capital N. Now oscillating infinitely. Unbounded అవ్వాలి oscillating అయ్యి. అంటే ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తీసుకున్నాం, సీక్వెన్స్ Sn ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు సీక్వెన్స్ -1 హోల్ పవర్ n ఇంటూ n. అంటే ఇది ఆసిలేటింగే, అన్బౌండెడ్ అవుతుంది. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ అన్ ఆసిలేటింగ్ ఇన్ఫైనెట్లీ. నౌ వీ గో టు ఇంపార్టెంట్ థియరమ్స్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ కన్వర్జెంట్ ఆఫ్ సీక్వెన్సెస్. statement. If sequence Sn be a sequence of real numbers, sequence of non-negative real numbers, and limit Sn is equal to L, then show that L greater than or equal to 0. What is the statement? If sequence Sn be a sequence of non-negative real numbers, no term of the sequence is negative. That means all terms of the sequence are non-negative. Maybe 0 or maybe greater than 0 only. Among S1, S2, etc. Sn, no term is negative. That's why it is non-negative. And limit of the sequence, and it is a convergent sequence. Therefore, limit Sn is equal to L. Then our problem is to prove L greater than or equal to 0. Now proof. Sequence Sn is a sequence of non-negative real numbers. That means Sn greater than or equal to 0 for all n belongs to n. Limit exists. Therefore, limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to L. Implies sequence Sn converges to L. Limit exists means sequence Sn is convergent sequence. That is converges to the limit L. Now we have to prove L greater than or equal to 0. That's why I assumes that L less than 0. L less than. Theorems can be proved in three types. One is direct hypothesis system, second one is mathematical induction system, and third one is contradictory system. Now our present theorem is to be proved in the third system, that is contradictory system. So that's why I assume that L less than 0. L less than 0 means minus L greater than 0. L less than 0 means minus L greater than 0. Let us choose epsilon is equal to minus L by 2 greater than 0. Because minus L greater than 0 implies minus L by 2 also greater than 0. That is chosen as epsilon. Therefore, epsilon greater than 0. Limit Sn is equal to L implies there exists small m belongs to capital N such that small n belongs to capital N and small n greater than or equal to small m implies modulus of Sn minus L less than epsilon. Modulus of Sn minus L less than epsilon means L minus epsilon less than Sn less than L plus epsilon for all n belongs to n, small n greater than or equal to small n. From this inequality, we conclude that Sn less than L plus epsilon and Sn greater than L minus epsilon. I choose only Sn less than L plus epsilon. This implies Sn minus L minus L by 2 because epsilon is equal to minus L by 2. Therefore, Sn less than L by 2. This implies Sn less than 0 since minus L by 2 greater than 0 implies L by 2 less than 0. It is a contradiction to Sn greater than or equal to 0. Therefore, our assumption that L less than 0 is wrong. Therefore, L greater than or equal to 0. From this theorem, we conclude that the limit of a sequence of non-negative real numbers is non-negative. Therefore, limit n tends to infinity, Sn is equal to L implies L greater than 0. This is the theorem that we have proved. Now, next theorem. Before doing the next theorem, suppose if limit Sn is equal to L and sequence Sn is a sequence of negative real numbers, then L must be less than 0. The same theorem, because in the above theorem we have proved Sn greater than or equal to 0, that's why L greater than or equal to 0. In this note, sequence Sn such that Sn less than or equal to 0, implies limit Sn less than 0. Now, suppose limit Sn is equal to 0 implies Sn is equal to 0 for all n belongs to n. Then the sequence Sn is called null sequence. Now, theorem number 2. What is the theorem number 2? What is the theorem number 2? Show that a sequence cannot converge just to more than one limit. This is also an important theorem. The previous theorem says that the limit of a sequence of non-negative real numbers is non-negative. Now in this theorem, for a sequence of real numbers, if a limit exists, then it must be unique. That is to be proved. So that's why proof. Sequence Sn be a sequence of real numbers and limit exists means sequence Sn is convergent and sequence is convergent. Now let us assume sequence Sn converges to two limits. Our aim is to prove only one limit. That's why I consider the sequence Sn converges to two limits, say L and L dash. Sequence Sn converges to L implies there exists small m1 belongs to capital N such that small n belongs to capital N and small n greater than or equal to small m1 implies modulus of Sn minus L less than epsilon. Now, sequence Sn converges to L dash because I consider two limits, say L and L dash. Sequence Sn converges to L dash implies there exists M2 belongs to capital N such that small n greater than or equal to M2 and small n belongs to capital N implies modulus of Sn minus L dash less than epsilon. Two results we have obtained from our assumption that sequence Sn converges to L and L dash. Sequence Sn converges to L means modulus of Sn minus L less than epsilon. Sequence Sn converges to L dash means modulus of Sn minus L dash less than epsilon. Now, maximum of small m1 comma small m2 is say small m. Maximum of either m1 or m2, one of them is greater. The greater value is chosen as m. So m is equal to maximum of small m1 comma m2. Now small n belongs to capital N and small n greater than or equal to m implies modulus of L minus L dash. Modulus of L minus L dash. Now our aim is to compute what is the modulus of L minus L dash. That's why modulus of L minus L dash is same as modulus of L minus Sn plus Sn minus L dash. Adding Sn and subtracting Sn will give modulus of L minus L dash is equal to modulus of L minus Sn is one term plus Sn minus L dash. It looks like modulus of A plus B. less than or equal to mod A plus mod B. Therefore, modulus of L minus L dash less than or equal to modulus of L minus Sn plus modulus of Sn minus L dash. Because modulus of A plus B less than or equal to mod A plus mod B. Therefore, modulus of Sn minus modulus of L minus Sn plus Sn minus L dash less than or equal to modulus of L minus Sn plus Sn minus L dash modulus. Therefore, for small n belongs to capital N, comma, small n greater than or equal to m implies modulus of L minus L dash is equal to less than or equal to modulus of Sn minus L plus modulus of Sn minus L dash, because modulus of A minus B is same as modulus of B minus A. Therefore, modulus of Sn minus L is same as modulus of L minus Sn. Therefore, modulus of L minus L dash less than or equal to modulus of Sn minus L plus modulus of Sn minus L dash. From the above two results, that is modulus of Sn minus L less than epsilon and modulus of Sn minus L dash less than epsilon. Therefore, for n belongs to capital N, small n greater than or equal to m implies modulus of L minus L dash less than epsilon plus epsilon, because both the modulus values are less than epsilon. Therefore, modulus of L minus L dash less than epsilon plus epsilon implies modulus of L minus L dash less than 2 epsilon. What is 2 epsilon? Epsilon is L minus L naught, L minus L dash. Therefore, modulus of L minus L dash less than modulus of L minus L dash. Because we have assumed that epsilon is sequence Sn converges to L and sequence Sn converges to L dash. So L and L dash are real values. Whatever, whoever may be large, we don't know. Even though modulus of L minus L dash must be greater than 0. Therefore, that is L minus L dash by 2 is chosen as epsilon, so it must be greater than 0. Therefore, modulus of L minus L dash less than modulus of L minus. It is a wrong result. It is a contradictory result. Therefore, our assumption that sequence Sn converges to 2 limits is wrong. Therefore, sequence Sn converges to unique result. So, that is the proof of the theorem. Now, we go to next theorem. That is, sequence Sn converges to L. Then show that any subsequence of sequence Sn also converges to L. If the original sequence Sn is converges to L, that is limit Sn is equal to L, then now our aim is to prove any subsequence, that is sequence Sn now, is also converges to L. That means limit n tends to infinity, Snr is also L. That is to be proved. For proving this result, now sequence Sn be a sequence of real numbers and sequence Sn converges to L. Sequence Sn converges to L. Now, sequence SNR. By the definition of subsequence, sequence SNR is a subsequence of sequence Sn such that small n1, small n2, etc., small nr, etc. are positive integers such that n1 less than n2 less than etc. less than nr less than etc. So, and n1, n2 etc. are all positive integers. So, n1 greater than or equal to 1 implies what is n2? n2 must be greater than n1. Therefore, n2 greater than or equal to n1 plus 1. That means n2 greater than or equal to 1 plus 1 because n1 greater than or equal to 1. Therefore, n2 greater than or equal to 2. n1 greater than 1, greater than or equal to 1. n2 greater than or equal to 2. n3 greater than or equal to 3. By mathematical induction, we assumed that nr greater than or equal to r belongs to z plus, r belongs to capital N. Let for each epsilon greater than 0, there exists small m belongs to capital N, small n greater than or equal to m, small r belongs to capital N, and small r greater than or equal to m implies modulus of SNR minus L less than epsilon. Sequence Sn converges to L means modulus of Sn minus L less than epsilon. Now, modulus of SNR minus L less than epsilon. Now, NR greater than or equal to R, greater than or equal to M implies modulus of SNR minus L less than epsilon. Therefore, sequence SNR converges to L. Therefore, any subsequence of a convergent sequence is also convergent. We know that sequence SNR is a subsequence. That's why in this theorem we have proved sequence SNR also converges to L. What is L? The original sequence Sn converges to L. The limit of the sequence is Sn. And the limit of the sequence SNR is also L. Therefore, any subsequence of a convergent sequence is also convergent. Now, very, very important theorem, that is very, very important theorem. Very, very important theorem. This theorem might be asking in the frequently in the examination. So the theorem statement is, if the subsequences sequence S2n minus 1 and sequence S2n of the sequence Sn converges to same limit, then the sequence Sn also converges to L. We already know that sequence of odd terms and sequence of even terms are the two subsequences of the sequence. If the odd term sequence also converges to L and even term sequence also converges to L, then the original sequence also converges to L. That is the result what we are proving in this result, in this theorem. Now, sequence Sn be a sequence of real numbers and sequence S2n minus 1 and sequence S2n are odd terms and even term sequences, and they are subsequences of sequence Sn. From the hypothesis, sequence S2n minus 1 converges to L and sequence S2n converges to L. That is, for each epsilon greater than 0, there exists a small m1 belongs to capital N, comma, small n greater than or equal to m1, comma, small n belongs to capital N implies modulus of S2n minus 1 minus L less than epsilon. Because sequence S2n minus 1 converges to L means for each epsilon greater than 0, there exists small m1 belongs to capital N, small n belongs to capital N, small n greater than or equal to m1 implies modulus of S2n minus 1 minus L less than epsilon. Call it as 1. Similarly, sequence S2n converges to L. For each epsilon greater than 0, there exists m2 belongs to capital N, small m2 belongs to capital N, small n belongs to capital N, and small n greater than or equal to m2 implies modulus of S2n minus L less than epsilon. This is the second result. Odd terms are converges to L. Now, let us choose maximum of m1 comma m2 is say m. Then, small n belongs to capital N, small n greater than or equal to m implies modulus of S2n minus 1 minus L, S2n minus 1 minus L less than epsilon, and modulus of S2n minus L less than epsilon. This implies small n belongs to capital M, small n belongs to capital N, n greater than or equal to 2m implies modulus of Sn minus L less than epsilon. Therefore, sequence Sn converges to L. This is the theorem that we have already proved. Now, one more important theorem, that is very important theorem. Show that every convergent sequence is bounded, but the converse of the theorem need not be proved. Every convergent sequence is bounded, but the converse of the theorem need not be true. So let sequence Sn convergent sequence of real number, and it is converges to L. What is the implies for? Sequence Sn convergent. What to be proved? It is bounded. How can we decide bounded? K1 less than or equal to Sn less than or equal to K2. That is the result to be obtained. Now, sequence Sn be a convergent sequence of real number converges to L, say. Let epsilon is equal to 1 greater than 0, therefore epsilon greater than 0. Then there exists small n belongs to capital N, small n belongs to capital N, small n greater than or equal to m implies modulus of Sn minus L less than epsilon. This implies modulus of Sn minus L less than 1 because epsilon is equal to 1. This implies minus 1 less than Sn minus L less than 1. This implies L minus 1 less than Sn less than L plus epsilon. Now, let K1 is equal to minimum of S1, S2, etc. Sm minus 1, comma L minus epsilon. And K2 is equal to maximum of S1, S2, etc. Sm minus 1, comma L plus epsilon. Therefore, K1 less than or equal to Sn less than or equal to K2 for all small n belongs to capital. So therefore sequence Sn is bounded. Now the converse need not be true, can be proved by choosing an example, that is sequence Sn is equal to sequence minus 1 whole power n small n belongs to capital N. What is the range of the sequence? Range is equal to set of minus 1 plus 1. It is bounded. Therefore, sequence Sn is bounded. Now, two subsequences. Sequence S2n minus 1 is equal to sequence of minus 1. Therefore, set of minus 1. Set of minus 1 converges to minus 1. Sequence S2n is equal to sequence 1 converges to plus 1. Two subsequence converges to two different limits. Therefore, sequence Sn is not convergent. Now I will explain this is in Telugu. ఇక్కడ ఈ థియరంలో స్టేట్మెంట్ ఏంటంటే ఒక సీక్వెన్స్ కనుక కన్వర్జెంట్ అయితే అది బౌండెడే, కానీ బౌండెడ్ అయినంత మాత్రాన అది కన్వర్జెంట్ కాదు అని చూపించాం. ఇక్కడ సీక్వెన్స్ Sn అనేటువంటిది కన్వర్జెంట్ అని తీసుకుంటున్నాం. ఎలాంటి సీక్వెన్స్ ఇది? రియల్ నెంబర్స్తో ఏర్పడే సీక్వెన్స్ కన్వర్జెంట్. కన్వర్జెంట్ అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? దానికి లిమిట్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఆ లిమిట్ని ఏమనుకున్నాను? ఎల్ అనుకున్నాను. ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తాను? ఎప్సిలాన్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 తీసుకుంటాను. ఎప్సిలాన్ ఎప్పుడు ఎలా ఉండాలి? గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 0గా ఉండాలి. 1 తీసుకున్నాడు, 1 గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 0 కదా. ఎప్సిలాన్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు -1 తీసుకున్నానంటే కుదరదు. ఎప్సిలాన్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు -10 తీసుకున్నానంటే కుదరదు. పాజిటివ్ అవ్వాలి, రియల్ నెంబర్ అవ్వాలి ఇదొకటి. సో అంచేత ఎప్సిలాన్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1, సో ఎప్సిలాన్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 0. There exists small n belongs to capital N. Small n belongs to capital N. Small n greater than or equal to m implies modulus of Sn minus L less than epsilon. What is the epsilon value? Anta 1. Therefore, modulus of Sn minus L less than 1. Modulus definition ప్రకారం ఏంటి? mod x less than a అంటే మైనస్ a కి ప్లస్ a కి మధ్యలో ఉంటుంది. సో మాడ్యులస్ ఆఫ్ Sn మైనస్ ఎల్ లెస్ దాన్ ఎప్సిలాన్ అంటే లెస్ దాన్ 1 అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? -1 లెస్ దాన్ Sn మైనస్ ఎల్ లెస్ దాన్ ఎప్సిలాన్ అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? L -1 లెస్ దాన్ Sn లెస్ దాన్ L ప్లస్ ఎప్సిలాన్ అంటే Sn వాల్యూ L -1కి L ప్లస్ 1కి మధ్యలో ఉంటుంది. ఇప్పుడు నేనేం చెప్తానంటే S1 S2 ఎక్సెట్రా Sm-1 L మైనస్ ఎప్సిలాన్లో ఏదైతే బాగా చిన్నదో దాన్ని K1 అనుకుంటున్నాను. అంటే 3 కంటే చిన్నది అని చెప్పాను. 3 కంటే చిన్నది అని చెప్పాను. అంటే 4 కంటే కూడా చిన్నదే కదా. సో అందుచేత ఇక్కడ ఏం చేశానంటే S1 S2 ఎక్సెట్రా Sm-1 కామా L మైనస్ ఎప్సిలాన్లో ఏదైతే చిన్నది ఉందో దాన్ని K1 తీసుకున్నాను. అలాగే S1 S2 ఎక్సెట్రా Sm-1 కామా L ప్లస్ ఎప్సిలాన్లో ఏదైతే బాగా పెద్దది ఉందో దాన్ని K2 అనుకున్నాం. L మైనస్ ఎప్సిలాన్ కంటే కూడా చిన్నదవుతే దాన్ని K1 తీసుకున్నాం. L మైనస్ ఎప్సిలాన్ కంటే చిన్నది ఇది K1 కంటే కూడా చిన్నదవుతుంది. అంటే K1 లెస్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు Sn లెస్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు K2 ఫర్ ఆల్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు M అయింది. అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? సీక్వెన్స్ Sn బౌండెడ్ అయింది. ఇప్పుడు కాన్వర్స్ ట్రూ కాదు అని చూపించడానికి ఏం చేస్తానంటే దీన్ని ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తీసుకుంటాను. ఈ సీక్వెన్సెస్ సిరీస్లో ఎక్కడ చూసినా సరే ఇదే ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కాన్వర్స్ ట్రూ కాదంటారు. ఆ సీక్వెన్స్ Sn ఏంటి? సీక్వెన్స్ -1 హోల్ పవర్ n. -1 హోల్ పవర్ n అనే సీక్వెన్స్ ఏంటి? బౌండెడ్ సీక్వెన్స్ ఇది. ఎంచేది? ఆసిలేటింగ్ ఫైనెట్లీ అండ్ బౌండెడ్ కాబట్టి సీక్వెన్స్ Sn బౌండెడ్ అయింది. కానీ దీనికి 2 సబ్ సీక్వెన్స్లు తీసుకున్నాను. సీక్వెన్స్ Sn సబ్ సీక్వెన్స్ ఏంటి? S2n -1 S2n. S2n -1 అంటే ఆడ్ టర్మ్స్. ఆడ్ అంటే ఆడ్ 1 3 5 రాస్తే ఏమొస్తాయి? అన్ని -1 -1 -1. సో సీక్వెన్స్ S2n -1 అంటే సెట్ -1 అంటే Sn ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు -1. లిమిట్ Sn క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తే -1 వచ్చింది. అలాగే సీక్వెన్స్ S2n అంటే ఈవెన్ నెంబర్ 2 4 6 రాస్తే వచ్చేటువంటిది 1 1 1 1. therefore సీక్వెన్స్ S2n ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు సెట్ 1 సెట్ ఆఫ్ సింగిల్టన్ సెట్ 1. therefore Sn ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1. లిమిట్ Sn ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1. అప్పుడేమో లిమిట్ S2n -1 కేమో లిమిట్ కడితే -1 వచ్చింది, లిమిట్ S2n కడితేనేమో +1 వచ్చింది. both subsequences are converges to two different values. Therefore sequence Sn ఇంతకు థియరం ప్రకారం కన్వర్జెంట్ కాదు. So these are the very important theorem. This theorem is asking in the examination in so many times. Hence, my dear students, you should all listen the theorems very carefully and prepare notes by your own. Then you can practice. Otherwise, you can't attempt the questions in the examination. So, students should aware of listening these lessons and practice many times. So thank you very much. God bless you. We will meet in the lesson number 3 of the same, that is sequences. So I have already completed lesson number 1. Now I have completed lesson number 2. We will meet in lesson number 3. Thank you very much.